Okay. So as I was saying, we're going to begin discussing the concept of risk and return. At the onset, we learned about the basic or fundamental principle in finance that the greater the assumed risk an investor takes, the higher will be the required return. And that's very logical. That goes in the grain of human behavior, of human logic. Kasi why will you take on a stock or an investment where you're exposed to a big amount of risk, and then you're only given a pittance of a return for that? We gave an example before. Kunyari, two companies offering investment in bonds. Tapos one has a good long track record, a very sterling performance as far as payment is concerned. Tapos isa bago lang. Both of them are borrowing, let's say 1 million. Okay, just a basic example. For 10 years, okay, the one that has already had a good track record of being able to pay and service its interest payments will, of course, be the one that issue the lower interest bonds. Okay, yung isa naman na bago lang, okay, an investor will only be willing to take on that investment if the investor is paid higher because it's taking on a greater amount of risk when it invests in that newly found company. Okay, so that's a basic principle, and your textbook okay. So this is a classic example of if we invested $1 at the end of 1899, so that's at the beginning of 1900, year 1900, after 117 years, at the end of 2017, how much will your $1 be if you invested in treasury bills? Had we invested in treasury bills, $74 yung pera natin after 117 years. If we invested in bonds, 293. But if we invested in equities, it would be 47,661. So napaka-glaring, guys, ng difference. No? And this is congruent, this is consistent with the principle of risk and return. Kasi when we invest in equities, we are really assuming a greater amount of risk. Mas malaki yung risk doon as compared to, for example, bills. Kasi ang bills, ang nangungutang yan yung government, di ba? Kunyari, treasury bills. So, para ka nakasandal sa pader niyan. Kasi yung risk natin, may small amount of risk lang. Pero halos negligible yung risk na yun. Kunyari, a 31-day treasury bill, halos that's usually considered as a risk-free asset. No? Walang risk kasi the government can always pay that by printing money. Of course, may mga repercussions lang din kung masyadong mag-print ng maraming pera. Eh, di ba nagiging issue ngayon sa US yan? Yung inflation rate nila, it's the highest in 40 years time. Tapos the Biden administration magpapapasa pa ng Build Back Better. Ilang trillion of dollars on which yung Congress, yung anong body yun, they said that it's not actually 1.8 trillion but the cost could really be $5 trillion. So napaka-inflationary. Okay? So as I was saying, kapag government ang umutang, halos risk-free yun. Kaya nga yung return yan 74 lang up after 117 years. So you can see here the difference as far as the value of your $1 invested in 1900, okay, up in 2017. So this is a very good graphic illustration of the fundamental principle of risk and return. Now, in our session, in our discussion, which will carry us to Wednesday and a half of Monday, we're going to discuss different types of returns. Unang-una, titingnan natin yung historical returns. Okay? Kasi sa ilalim ng text natin dito, may sinasabi dito na expected returns. So may historical returns, may expected returns. So we will not be discussing this, okay? And you'll have to read this on your own. Pero yung mga examples natin, guys, you'll understand the text because of the examples that we're going to discuss in class. Okay? So kindly read chapter 7, guys. By the way, not 3 weeks lang kasi tayo bago tayo mag-finals. So what will happen is that we will just have two more quizzes. One is asynchronous, multiple choice yun, and the other is a group quiz. Okay? So ngayong week hindi pa pwede mag-quiz kasi bawal, di ba? No summative exercises this week. Pero next week meron, at saka next week meron. So that will cover our quizzes for this term and then the finals. Okay? All right. So, as I was saying, guys, kindly read this text. Sabi ko nga, meron tayong historical returns at saka meron tayong expected returns. Ang difference nun, yung historical returns, we're looking at past prices. Pag expected returns naman, magpo-project tayo ano mangyayari in the maybe next year, ano yung magiging possible na, kunyari, we're looking at Apple stock prices. How much will be the stock price after 1 year, kunyari? So we can identify 3 possible scenarios and then give probabilities to it. Tapos, i-compute natin yung weighted average ng returns na yan. And that's what we call the expected returns. We'll have an example of that. But please read your textbook. Okay, so let's now go to, punta muna tayo guys may I request you to open your search engine nyo, Google na lang. Tapos i-Google nyo Yahoo Finance. Okay, type Yahoo Finance and you will be brought to this site. Tapos yung unang listing dyan, Yahoo Finance, Stock Market, Live Quotes, and Business. Kindly open that. So let's open that. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to open Yahoo Finance, Yahoo. So finance, ang URL finance.yahoo.com. And kindly chat please kung na-open nyo na. Kindly chat please if you're on this page. Sana lahat kayo makabukas ng Yahoo Finance. Okay, thank you, Migs. Okay, the rest, I'm waiting for the others. Thank you. Thank you. Sana maraming mag-respond, guys. Let's give a few more seconds to the others. Please follow along, guys, kasi may mga i-download tayong mga prices. Tapos may assignment kayo for Wednesday. Pero yung assignment na hindi i-collect. It's just for us to prepare the data lang for our discussion on Wednesday. But I hope you do the assignment, guys. Okay, hindi siya graded, guys. In preparation lang siya for our discussion on Wednesday. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your responses. Okay, good. Now, if you take a look at the page of Yahoo Finance, maraming andyan, financial, economic, global finance, news, may mga news, ano? For example, about the performance of the stock prices in Nasdaq. Okay. You can browse through this. Meron pa tinatawag na social index. Okay, etc. So, quite a lot, no? Some news about some stocks. For example, Monday's worst performing stocks in the S&P are down by as much as 42%. No? So si Netflix, si Tesla, yung gumagawa ng electronic cars at saka nagpapadala ng mga tao sa SpaceX. Okay? So quite a lot of news here. Okay? So now, if you're interested to know about information about a company, especially a company that's listed in the US Stock Exchange, Yahoo Finance is the place to go. So, kunyari, we want to know about Apple. If I type Apple here, okay. Oops. Wrong spelling. Apple. So, you notice may mga lumalabas, no? may lumalabas na ano dito na ticker symbols. We call it ticker symbols, T-I-C-K-E-R. Ticker, parang ID. Si Apple, who's listed in the sa Nasdaq to, no? Sa Nasdaq, ang ticker symbol niya AAPL. May ibang Apple din, kunyari ito APC, Apple Corporation to sa France, ang ticker symbol niya APC.F. Okay, and others, no? So let's access information about Apple. So i-click natin si either AAPL or Apple, then this appears. So this is a summary of how Apple has been performing. Okay, sabi dito na the previous close was 161.62. No? Okay, there was a drop. It went down by 79 centavos or a 0.49% drop. And then you have here some data, some information, previous close, opening price, bid, ask, okay, days range, and 52-week range. So within the past year, 52 weeks, the lowest price was 116 and the highest price was 182 with a volume of 162 million. Okay, market capitalization is $2.64 trillion, which means that yung number of shares na inisyu ni Apple multiplied by the market value of the stock, that's equivalent to $2.64 trillion. So parang higher pa siya ng ng GDP ng Pilipinas, no? Si Apple lang yan. Okay, here's an interesting measure, yung beta. Okay, ano ibig sabihin ng beta? Beta is actually a measurement of risk, the riskiness of an asset of Apple. Okay, 1.2 siya. And how is it measured? It's measured by 5-year monthly data. Okay, so ibig sabihin, tiningnan yung mga returns ni Apple for the past 5 years, yung monthly niya. Tapos, and then this is compared to a benchmark. Now, the usual benchmark used is S&P 500, Standard & Poor's 500. Si Standard & Poor's 500, it's a portfolio. It's a basket of 500 US stocks from different industries. So it's used as a proxy for the market. So kunyari, if you want to discuss something about the market and you want to have a measure of that, mahirap naman kung lahat ng stocks ang talagang titingnan natin. So what's usually used is the S&P 500. Okay? Now si S&P 500, ang ano niyan, ang ticker symbol, just to show you, it's the caret GSPC. Yan. Okay, yan yung ticker symbol ni Standard & Poor's 500, S&P 500. Gagamitin ito natin mamaya, no? Okay, but let me just cross that. Okay, so what else do we have here? Beta 1.2. What does 1.2 mean? It means that the Apple stock is 1.2 times sensitive than the market. So ibig sabihin risky si Apple. Any beta that's greater than 1 is a risky asset. Kasi ano ba ibig sabihin ng beta na 1.2? That it means that if the market increases by 10%, then Apple will increase by 12%. Okay, kasi 1.2 times siya. If the market goes down by 20%, okay, then Apple will go down by 24%, no? Kasi 1.2 times. So it can go either way. Pag tumaas yung market, mas mataas yung akyat ni Apple. Pag bumaba yung market, mas mababa yung baba ni Apple. So what that means, yun ibig sabihin ng 1.2, no? And that is a measurement of your beta, of riskiness. Now compare that with an asset that has a beta of 0. So ano ibig sabihin ng 0? Well, it is indifferent to the market. Kung ano man mangyari sa market, walang effect yun sa stock na yun. If the beta is 1, guys, that means that it moves with the market. Kung 1% increase ng market, 1% increase na ng stock na yun. Now, if the beta is 0.5, less risky yun. Kasi pag tumaas si market ng 1%, tataas lang yung asset niya ng 0.5%. So it's less sensitive to the market. So the beta here, guys, is a measurement of riskiness of the asset. So pwede ka mag-compare ng mga betas ng mga companies, okay? And the higher the beta, the higher is the risk, the riskiness of that asset. Okay? Now, beta can be negative. Ano ibig sabihin ng negative na beta? It means, a negative beta means it moves opposite the market. Ibig sabihin, kung pataas yung market natin, a company with a negative beta will go down. Okay? Papababa yung return siya. So opposite siya. Okay? So maganda ba magkaroon ng stock sa portfolio na negative yung beta? Yes. Yes. Kasi parang pang ano yan, it's like a hedge. Okay? So ang portfolio combination yan, ano? So may mga positive na beta assets, may mga negative na beta na assets. Pag yung negative na beta na assets kasi, ibig sabihin nun, pag medyo bumababa yung market, at least may mga stocks ka na umaakyat naman because of its negative relation to the market. Okay? Pause muna ako, guys. Clear ba yung concept ng beta? Okay, for example, tingnan natin sino ba yung competitor ni Apple? Let's see. Sige, tech stock na lang. Microsoft. MSFT. Microsoft, ang ticker symbol niya, MSFT. So let's open Microsoft. Okay, tingnan natin ano yung beta ni Microsoft. Oops. Nakita ko. Yan. Microsoft MSFT. Beta niya, guys, is 0.86. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, so si Microsoft, over the past 5 years, based on monthly returns, it was less sensitive to fluctuations in the market. Ibig sabihin, a 10% increase in the market resulted into an 8.6% increase in Microsoft returns. On the other hand, a 10% decrease in the market resulted into only an 8.6% reduction in the returns of Microsoft. So mas less risky si Microsoft based on 5 years monthly. Okay, of course, guys, pwedeng magbago to kasi depende to dun sa period, no? At saka depende kung anong stock prices ang kinukuha. Is it monthly? Is it daily? Is it weekly? Kasi pwedeng ganon. No? So it depends on how beta is measured. So usually, pwedeng gamitin to 5-year period tapos monthly prices. Pwede yan. Okay, so let me go back to Apple. Okay, Apple na ulit tayo, no? Okay, now here, you have here an interactive graph. No? So dito makikita natin, guys, yung mga prices ni Apple, no? Prices ni Apple starting a certain date, ito. Intraday to, no? Intraday lang. At 9:30 a.m. today. Okay? And then at ito, 4 p.m. nag-end siya dito. Okay, so nung kailan ba to? This is January, ano ba ngayon? January 24 sa US, no? So nagsimula yung Apple at 160. How much is this? Yeah, 160.25. You can see here dito sa price dito, tingnan niyo. Okay, at 9:30, ang opening price siya 160.47. Ang ending price ito, 162.41. So it actually went up, no? Okay, so let's click this. Let's do a full screen of this. Okay, tanggalin ko lang yung iba kasi ginamit namin ito kahapon sa kabilang class. Okay, so this is Apple, no? And let's kindly change yung date natin. Gawin nating 4 years tayo, no? Gawin nating from 2018 up to 12/31/2021. Okay, so let's set the beginning date at January 1, 2018, ending date December 31, 2021. So that's a 4-year period, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. 4-year period siya. No? So i-apply natin siya. Okay. Okay, so kita natin dito from January 1, 2018 to December 31. If you look at this one, so anong date niyan? January 2, 2018. Okay, ibig sabihin walang trading nung January 1, holiday. January 2, 2018. How much was the closing price of Apple on January 2? At the end of January 2, how much was the price? Paki-chat nga please guys kung magkano yung price ni Apple at the end of January 2. Kindly chat please kung magkano yung closing price ng Apple stock on January 2. Anyone? How much, guys? Hello. Okay, pause muna ako guys kasi baka hindi nyo pa na-access yung yung plot. And then kindly chat please kung okay na yung plot nyo. Kung na-plot nyo na from January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2021. Hello. Guys, do you have the plot already? Kindly chat please if you have the plot. Okay, how about the rest? Thank you, Anton. Okay, pause muna ako guys ang recording. Allah, sorry. Kanina pa pala ako nakamute. Okay, my apologies guys. Kaya pala hindi sumasagot si Kenji kanina. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let me repeat what I said. Sabi ko dito guys, hindi ko lang alam kung yung recording nga nakamute din. Anyway, tama si Kenji, sabi niya ang closing 43.75 noong January 2, 2018. You can see it here in the box dito, di ba? Yan sa box na yan. No? If I go to January 2, yung first date ng 2018, 43.75. 3.41% increase. Ibig sabihin, opening niya 42.54. At the end of the day, naging 43.75 siya for a 3.41% increase. Fast forward, once December 31, 177 siya. 177. It means, guys, that if we invested in Apple, a share of Apple on January 2 at 43.75, we would have today, as of December 31, 2021, naging 177.57 siya. That's around 4 times, no? 4 times increase. And then I was saying, guys, nung start at the onset of the pandemic, no? Dito sa February 2020, bumagsak siya. Hanggang March 16, 2020, bumagsak siya. Pero after that, no? Wala. Tuloy-tuloy na ang trend niya talagang pataas. Now, can we, what do you think, guys? Was Apple affected by the pandemic? Anyone? Naapektuhan ba si Apple ng pandemic? Would like to answer that, guys, please? You can unmute yourself. Anyone who would like to share his or her thoughts on this? Hello? Anyone, please? What are your thoughts on that, guys? Yes, Tracy, could you,
Sir.
yes?
For me po, yes, affected po yung Apple during the start of the pandemic.
Generally, we're talking of the whole period so far.
Sir,
Yung
nung,
hanggang ngayon, not only the start. During this pandemic period, kasi pandemic period pa tayo ngayon, hanggang ngayon.
Sir, nung March po, bumaba po sila. Pero pagdating po ng August, tumaas na po siya ulit.
Hindi lang August, no? Hanggang at the end of March 16, paakyat na no? Not only on August, sa March pa lang, paakyat na siya, di ba? Okay, so
Yes,
we can say that Apple was only temporarily, in fact, briefly, no? Sa simula lang, siguro yung announcement, bumagsak. Pero, okay, why is this so? Well, we can think of several reasons. Number one, nagiging necessity na talaga itong product nila kasi lalo na nag-work from home. So many people needed gadgets in order to work from home, students, professional workers, etc. Tapos discounting the fact that retail stores closed, yung mga physical stores, pero ngayon kasi Apple products can be accessed online. So wala nang problema no sa accessibility nito despite the fact that physical stores closed. We can see here that Apple was not really affected by the pandemic. In fact, yun nga, ang taas ng ano niya, yung increase momentarily, after a few days, bumagsak, March 16 yung pinakamababa, pero after that, rebound kagad. No? It did not take long for Apple to recover. Just even the following day nga, recover na kagad siya. Okay, now what we can do is we can compare this. No? We can compare this dito guys, comparison. No? Now let's compare it with the company that could have been affected by this. Tingnan natin yung ano, yung mga airlines kasi affected yung airline industry. Okay, and then we can tingnan nyo, if you type here American Airlines, no? American Airlines, yan, no? It's AAL. So let's use one of the biggest airlines in US, AAL, and then let's use a relatively thicker line size. Let's use a red color. Okay, save. Yan. Kita nyo guys, no? Ito yung American Airlines. So they all started here. Okay, naging percentage na to, no? Hindi na ginawang price kasi magkaiba yung prices nila eh. So ginawa na lang percentage increase or decrease. So for here from this date na zero muna lahat, no? What happened? What happened guys? By this date, ano na bang date to? So this is December 27. December 27, si Apple nag-increase na siya ng more than 3 times, 314% na. On the other hand, si American Airlines decreased by 69%. So ano yan pegged at the beginning dito, no? Dito yung comparison niya. So you can see the impact guys on the airline industry as compared to this tech company, no? Ang laki ng binaba ditong American Airlines, 69.08. At the onset, ito siya, at the onset of the COVID, ito bagsak na talaga si American Airlines eh. Kasi di ba rini-restrict na yung mga travel. Okay? Naka-recover ng konti pero hindi rin niya, it was not able to bounce back to its original price. Hanggang ngayon guys, no? Hanggang ngayon, it's still below 69% below the price on January ano ba to? Dito January 29. Okay, January 29, 2018. So at this January 2018 vis-a-vis December 2021. Ang laki ng difference. You can see here, this is more the performance in the industry. Tingnan nga natin isa pa. Comparison, isa pang Southwest Airlines. Southwest, yan. LUV guys. The ticker symbol of Southwest Airlines is LUV. Let's see. Let's add this. Bigyan natin ng kulay. Let's make it violet. See. Okay. Ganun din si Southwest, no? Pero mas affected si American Airlines. Si Southwest 27.87% yung drop relative to the beginning natin yung January to 2018. Okay, now let's have another tech stock, for example, comparison si Netflix, NFLX. So Netflix is NFLX. Okay, gawin natin yung kulay niya. Let's see. Green. Yan, okay? So si Netflix, during the start of the pandemic, bumaba din siya, no? A little bit, no? A little bit here, dito. A little bit, but just like Microsoft, halos pareho silang movement, no? Pero nga lang ito, mas less steep yung trend ni Netflix. Medyo nag siya dito, stable siya dito. Akyat ulit dito. But surprisingly guys, after October, bagsak siya dito. It will be interesting to find out what could be the cause of this. Bakit siya bumagsak dito? I haven't looked into that. Pero there were some times before, kunyari ito. Ang cause nito is the pull out of some providers or some content producers like Disney. At kasi yung Disney nasa Netflix yan eh. Tapos ano ginawa ni Disney? Pinull out niya yung mga products niya sa Netflix. Nag-ano na siya, sariling Disney Channel na siya. May sariling Disney Channel. Okay, so we can see the difference, no? Yung si Apple talaga grabe yung taas. Okay, so dagdagan pa natin kaya. Let's see. Ano pa bang Intel, INTC. Intel Corporation, that's very related to Apple kasi Apple makes use of chips produced by Intel. Let's see, Intel. Ano kulay gagamitin natin? Let's make it ito, yellow. Save. Ito si Intel, no? Maliit lang, no? Surprisingly, guys, yung chips ni Intel kailangan ng many computer companies. Pero 3.71% lang yung ano niya, yung increase. Okay? And then of course, we can compare this with GSPC. GSPC. Yan, si S&P 500. Lakihan natin. Then let's make it violet. Yan, ito si S&P 500. Okay? So you can say here that Apple outperformed, no? Si Apple in-outperform niya si S&P 500. Okay? All right. Sino dito guys yung mga beta na sino dito yung mga risky assets? Who do you think is the most risky asset here? Anyone, please? Hello? Okay, unmute na lang, guys, please. Okay. Lorenzo, kindly explain your answer, please.
Sir, I think the riskiest asset would be AAL kasi siya yung pinakamababa out of all of them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lorenzo. Yeah, in that regard, pwede natin masabi na si AAL, no? Kasi negative 69.08 siya. From that perspective, we can say that yung pinaka-risky dito si AAL kasi siya yung pinakamataas na na bagsak. But however, guys, in finance we use a certain definition of risk. Ang risk, guys, is defined as pwede yung beta kanina, no? Or yung dispersion ng asset, yung volatility ng asset. So it turns out here that Apple is the most volatile. Kasi tingnan niyo yung S&P 500, yung benchmark natin. Si S&P 500 nag-increase ng 53.51% within this period. Si Apple, yung increase niya is 314.31. So that's around 6 times. So loosely, masasabi natin na for this period, daily prices, parang 5 times yung beta ni Apple. No? Yung green is Netflix, no? 40.99. So ang beta niya lumalabas sa parang less than 1. Okay? Kasi si GSPC, si S&P 500 tumaas ang 53.51. Si AAL, si American Airlines, din siya. Ang beta niya more than 1 kasi tumaas si Apple ng 53, siya bumaba ng 69. And it's a negative beta. Opposite yung galaw niya with the market, no? With S&P 500. Okay, so dito guys makikita natin how to measure your later on i-measure natin yung beta. Pero ngayon tinitingnan muna natin yung riskiness ng asset. And we can say here that the most risky is Apple since it's the most volatile, no? Talagang masyadong volatile yung dispersion niya with respect to the mean, which is measured of course by the standard deviation and the variance from your stat, is higher than all the other stocks. Okay, let's go back, guys. Medyo press for time na tayo. Okay, what we are going to do, guys, today is to download download Apple stock prices. And then for your assignment, guys, ida-download nyo rin yung ibang stock prices like Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, Google, Netflix, pati si Microsoft at saka si S&P 500. I'm going to teach you how to download first yung Apple stock prices. Okay, so dito sa Yahoo Finance natin na Apple, meron ditong historical data. Okay, if you take a look at this, guys, may marami pang ibang ano dito, no? Marami pang ibang information like financials. If you open financials, ayun, no? You have your total revenue from 2018. Naka-fiscal year sila end of September 9/29, 265 million, baka in thousands to, no? So this is $265 billion. Okay, and then again, bumaba ng 2019, 260. And then naka-recover ng 2020 despite the pandemic, guys, 274. The whole year ng 2021, pandemic, 365. So talagang tumataas yung ano niya despite the pandemic. And there are other information here that you can get. No? Okay, let's go to historical data. Ito yung kailangan natin to download. So historical data, guys, again, let's set the date. Gawin natin parang kanina, 1/1/2018 hanggang 12/31/2021. Okay? Yan, sinet natin. Start date and date. May mga automatic, ano, kunyari 5 days, 3 months, 6 months, the past year to date, no? From the beginning of the year hanggang ngayon. So itong year to date na to, January 1 hanggang January 25. Pwedeng 1 year data, pwedeng 5 year data, max is lahat. No? Pwedeng lahat. Okay, so done. All right. Now, daily data, guys, daily data, 4 na taon tayo, no? There are approximately 252 trading days in a year. So if we're going to multiply 4 years times 252, that will be more than 1,000. No? So, para mas mabilis natin ma-compute, anyway, pareho lang naman yung concept. Let's just use weekly data. So weekly, 52 times 4 years, that's mga 210. No? Okay, so when you look at this, guys, i-apply nyo. Kailangan i-apply nyo, ha? Kasi ito daily data pa to, no? Daily data. 21, 20, 19, 18, tapos walang weekends. So we have to apply this. Apply. So now we can see it's now weekly. 27, 20, 13, 16. Yeah. It's now weekly data. So once again, guys, I hope you're following. January 1 hanggang December 31, 2021. Ito din yung time frame na gagamitin nyo to download si Amazon, si Facebook, si Google, si Netflix, si Microsoft, at saka si Tesla. At saka si S&P 500, si GSPC. So all in all, 8 stocks yung ida-download nyo. Okay, baka may question dito? It's okay, Harold, kung medyo mabagal. Ano na lang, no? But later on, try doing it. Okay, so now how do I download this? Ito may download dito. So download na siya, guys. So apple.csd. 5 kasi 5th time ko na to, guys, na dinownload kasi because of the other classes. Okay, i-open natin tong CSV file na to. That's a comma-separated value file. Hindi yan ang gagamitin natin. Gagamitin natin, guys, i-save natin siya as Excel kasi mas maganda na Excel ang gamitin natin. Okay, yan. Okay? So increase lang pag may yung pound sign dito, no? Increase natin para makita natin. So ano yung lumalabas dito? Date, open, high, low, close, no? And adjusted close, and then the volume. Okay? So ito yung mga mada-download natin from Yahoo Finance. Open price, high, low, close, and then adjusted close. Merong adjusted close na tinatawag kasi yung mga prices guys na-adjust yan because of dividends, or stock splits, etc. Okay, so Excel has some very good graph, no? Graph capabilities. So ang gawin natin guys, tingnan muna natin. Highlight muna natin lahat to. Control Shift down arrow. Okay? Yan. Tapos insert. Ano ba yung mga possible na na plots? Recommended chart. I just want to point out to you yung recommended charts dito sa all charts, no? All charts, and then yan, stock. So meron tayong apat na pwedeng gamitin na Meron tayong HLC, high low close. Meron tayong OHLC, open high low close. Okay, meron tayong volume tapos HLC, then meron tayong volume, open high low close. Okay, to plot this guys, kailangan sundan natin yung yung kailangan na arrangement ng data. Okay, for example, if you're going to plot yung open high low close, you need yung order dapat yung opening price, high, low, sa closing. Use dates or stock names as labels. Okay, so kailangan daw yung open, high, low, close in order to plot this. So let's try this guys. Try natin i-plot yung open, high, low, close. I-cancel ko muna to. Okay, so dapat ang kailangan daw yung open, high, low, close, di ba? So sige, i-ano nga natin, i-highlight natin hanggang May. Hanggang May lang. Let's see. Let's see what will happen if we highlight open, high, low, close until January hanggang May, weekly data. Tapos go to insert and then recommended chart. All charts. And then stock. And then this one. There. Okay. So this is now the open, high, low, close. Okay. Kaya naging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kasi guys hindi ko sinama yung date. So isama natin yung date para Sige, sorry hindi ko nasama yung date. Hanggang May. Okay, again. Insert. Insert. Recommended charts. All charts. Stock. There. Okay. Ang pangit nga lang guys pag sinama natin yung dates, no? Ang liit ng plot. Maliit na yung plot. Hindi na siya masyadong makita, no? So, let me repeat the process, okay? Hindi ko na isasama na lang yung date, no? Hanggang this is something weird about the plotting of Excel. So, insert. Again, recommended chart, all charts. And then stock. Ito yung open, high, low, close. Okay. A bit better. Okay, tapos ayusin ko lang ng konti yung kasi ito hanggang ilagay ko lang ang minimum 35 para mas kita natin. So format axis. Okay, ang minimum niya kasi 0 dito. I'll make it 35. 35. Enter. Okay, there. Mas kita natin. Okay? So this is what we call, guys, a candlestick. Pangalan candlestick for weekly Apple prices from 1/1/2018 to 5/31/2021. Okay? Right. So, ilagyan na natin ng konting title. Candlestick ang tawag natin dyan, guys. Hanap tayo ng style. Baka mas maganda. Sige, ito. Okay, take a look at this, guys. No? So, it's called a candlestick kasi mukhang kandila siya. Meron lang wick dun sa, yung iba may wick sa ilalim. Now, what are these, guys? Ito yung di ba, open, high, low, close to, no? Tapos may may white at saka may black. Okay? I guess most of you are not familiar with this kasi I don't know if you have had a subject about this. Yung mga black, guys, ibig sabihin yan, mas malaki yung nagbumaba yung price. Ibig sabihin, mas mababa yung closing price compared to the opening price. Okay? Now, itong wick, yung WICK, yung parang yung sa kandila, guys, yung parang thread. Nyari ito, guys. Ito, guys, this is the highest point. Ito yung high, tas ito yung low. Okay? So, let's take a look at this yung unang-una, guys, yung 1/1/2018. Yung nasa baba na to, itong line sa baba, this is the opening. Paano ko nalaman ng opening? Kasi, guys, puti ito, therefore, yung nasa taas yung closing. So this is yung opening 42.54, no? Ito. Tapos ito naman, this is 43.75 yung nasa taas. Yung wick na nasa taas, that's your 43.8425. Yung maliit na yun, no? Tapos ito naman, yung nasa baba nito, that's the lowest, 42.315. Okay? Ito naman, guys, yung black. Yung black, guys, bakit siya black? Kasi mas mababa yung closing price. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look at the opening. Ano yung opening niya? 44.325. Ano yung closing niya? 42.875. Bumaba, no? Opening 44, closing 42. So black siya. So ang opening niya, yung nasa taas, yung closing niya, yung nasa baba. Okay? All right. So, okay, enough with that. Just to show you that ginagamit to, guys, sa mga ng mga chartists, ng mga technicians para ma-predict kung ano yung mangyayari sa price ni Apple for decision making. Okay, and anyway, guys, let's copy this. Okay, medyo mahaba-haba pa yung konti i-discuss natin. I have only mga 20 minutes. So I made a copy of this, guys. Tapos, magko-compute tayo ng returns at saka ng risk. Yeah, okay lang, guys. Okay lang, Miguel, for your query. No problem. Okay, so ang gagawin natin, guys, ang gagamitin lang natin yung adjusted close, no? So I'll delete this. Delete din the volume. And put here Apple, AAPL. So, ang mga adjusted close to ni Apple, no? From December 1, January 1 hanggang yung December 27 natin. Kasi walang trading nung 28, 29, 30, 31 siguro. Okay, pause muna ako, guys. I might be going too fast. I'll just give you a few minutes to replicate what we have done so far. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand, to chat, please. But I hope, guys, na-generate ito kasi ito yung kailangan natin on Wednesday. Pero isulat ko, ang kasama dapat, so meron dapat side by side dito, kunyari, Amazon, okay, Facebook, Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla, ilan na to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tapos yung GSPC. Standard and Poor's. Yung market, no? Kailangan din natin siya. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Parang kulang. Google pala. Google. Okay, so these 8 stocks. Okay, kung anong gagawin natin guys, ano ginawa natin kanina, ito, gawin nyo for the other stocks. Tapos side by side lang yung adjusted closing price. Para bali ganyan, no? Date, adjusted closing price ni Apple, Amazon, Facebook, etc. Let me just put that first. Okay, so we'll work on that, on the stock prices this coming Wednesday. Dapat na-download nyo na guys. I won't anymore discuss the downloading of the stock prices of Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla, and GSPC, Standard and Poor's. Okay, guys? Any questions so far? Okay. Clear ba so far? Paki-chat naman please kung clear so far yung discussion natin. I hope the others will also respond, guys. Okay, thank you. All right. Now, sabi natin guys, di ba, ang kailangan natin is to compute for the returns. Okay, and then we're also going to learn how to compute for the risk. Okay, so itong dalawang to guys, yung pinaka, ano natin, kailangan matutunan. No? For returns guys, historical returns to. Yung tinitingnan natin. Bakit historical? Kasi historical data yung ginagamit natin. No? Historical returns. Hindi siya expected returns. Kasi wala naman tayong predict dito eh. Okay? So we're looking at historical returns. So we're going to take a look at two types of returns, yung simple at saka yung log returns. Yung simple returns guys is very simple lang. It's a value at time t. Okay, parang percentage change lang to. Value at time t minus 1 divided by value at time t minus 1. Okay, and then minus 1. So let me just fix this. Control 1. Subscript ko lang siya para mas kita natin. Control 1, subscript. There you go. All right. So ito guys yung simple returns lang, no? So that's the value at time t over the value at the previous of the previous value and then minus 1. So since weekly yung data natin, the value at week 1, week now or week sub t divided by the value of the previous week. And then minus 1. So it's just a percentage growth rate lang, no? Yun ang return natin. So sabihin natin tong Apple return. So I will start at the second, no? So this is equal to this divided by this value. Between 1.8 and 1.1, ang mas current si 1.8. And then we subtract 1. Control enter. So that's it guys, yun lang. Laki ako nga yun. Okay, and then we can just click this so that we have the all the returns on a weekly basis, weekly returns. So ito we expect this to be positive kasi nag-increase. From 42.34 naging 42.67 positive return din yan. From 42 naging 41, so negative siya. So if the price went down, goes down, then it should be a negative negative return. Okay. Any questions? Sir, clear po ba daily po yung weekly yung ginagamit natin dito, no? We're using weekly data. You can see that even in the date, no? 1/1, 1/8, 1/15. So hindi daily data to, no? Kung daily yung dinownload natin, then it will reflect daily data. Okay, 1/1, 1/2, 1/3, etc. Okay, thank you. All right, any questions, guys? Nakuha niyo ba yung returns ni Apple from yung weekly returns ni Apple from January 1, 2018 hanggang December 31, 2021? Did you get it? Okay, so and then tapos para medyo hindi tayo masyado mag-scroll down, hide natin guys from number 7 siguro, mag-iwan lang tayong 5 sa baba. Yan, 7 up to 205. I-hide natin. Let's hide it. Hide. Okay. In-hide lang natin para mas madali yung pag-compute natin. So we can now compute for the average returns. Average return natin dito is equal to just the average of our weekly returns. Yan. Kasi mas convenient siya. And then gawin na lang nating percentage to. Gawin natin ng decimal place. Okay, so we have 0.7849. Okay, average return natin. Okay, any questions, guys, so far? So we can compare Apple with, for example, another stock and determine which is a better performer in terms of average returns. Pwede natin gawin yon, no? So that's a comparison between two stocks, two assets. Okay, then we can also compute for the log returns. Log returns. Okay, ano ba yung log returns, guys? We have already met this. It's just the log. Log lang siya ng ratio, no? Ng price divided by the previous year. Okay, hindi natin pwedeng kunin yung log ng buong to, no? Kasi hindi pwedeng kinukuha yung log ng negative number. So we just get the log of the ratio of the two. Okay, and yung log, guys, mas maliliit yung values niya. Kasi sa log, ang ginagawa niyan, ini-scale yung values natin. So, di ba dalawang klaseng log? Yung log 10 at saka yung log to the base e. Well, actually marami, no? But usually ang ginagamit yung log 10, log to the base 10, o kaya yung log to the base e. Okay? So, ang gagamitin natin, guys, yung log to the base e. So, is equal to, we call it ln, natural logarithm. Okay? So, it's the natural logarithm of, ln of current divided by the previous. Okay? So, you notice, guys, mas maliit siya, no? Ito 1194, ito 1187. Kasi naka-scale siya. 774, 771, negative 3894, negative 3972. Mas maliit to, no? Kasi negative 2 eh. Okay, so double-click natin to. Okay, tanggalin ko to. And then, I get the average. Average of our log returns. Copy ko lang yung format. There. Okay? So, smaller yung log returns, guys. So, the average log returns for Apple for the past 4 years, weekly prices is 0.6966%. Okay, clear so far, guys? Hindi ko lang alam kung nakakahabol kayo guys, but I hope you're able to follow. Any questions? No questions? Okay, thank you, Tracy. How about the rest? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much for the feedback. Okay, then we go to the risk, guys. Yung risk. Ang risk, sabi natin, this is a measure of volatility. No? Volatility or dispersion. Or dispersion ng dispersion ng mga returns natin across a certain benchmark, which is usually the mean. So, from your statistics, guys, alam natin na dispersion from a certain benchmark like the mean can be measured either by standard deviation or the variance, di ba? Alam niyo yan from your statistics. And it's yung variance natin, let's just write the formula here. Summation of, let's call it R minus R mean, and then squared, and then divided by n minus 1. Okay, so let me just fix this para. Okay. Okay, so this is the equation for the variance, di ba? Kasi yung ano natin, yung data natin, it's just a sample, kaya n minus 1. Kung sana population yan, divided by n. Okay? And then the standard deviation is simply, if you recall guys, it's just the square root of the variance. Square root ng variance, diba? Okay, so once we get the variance, just get the square root of that. Then we have the standard deviation, which is a measure, guys, of the riskiness of the asset. Okay, so ito guys, measure ng riskiness, ginagamit lang natin yung prices niya. Yung beta kanina diniscuss natin, it's another measure, and it's measured by relating your asset to the market. Okay, so yun ang difference. Itong riskiness na to, you're just using the price of the asset, yung returns ng asset. Yung ano naman, yung beta, you compare the price of the asset with the benchmark, yung S&P 500. Kaya nga guys, kailangan din natin i-download yun, yung GSPC. Okay, so let's measure here the risk. Risk using variance. And then we can have risk using the standard deviation. Okay, by definition, di ba, sabi natin ang risk, ang standard deviation is a measurement of dispersion with respect to a benchmark, and that benchmark is the mean, yung average. Okay, let's use the log returns, the average log returns. Dapat to average, no? Average log returns. Gamitin natin to. Lagyan natin ng pangalan siya, R mean. Okay, this is the R return, mean ng returns, no? Okay, sandali, baka may nag-question. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. So kailangan muna natin guys makuha yung R minus R mean squared. Copying ko lang to. Control C, Control V, then kailangan lang natin yung, I'll remove this. Oops. Remove. So we need to get yung deviation, yung difference ng yung return at saka ng mean niya. Okay, so let's do that. So this is equal to this. This is the log return. Lagyan ko nga pala ng log return. So this is equal to the log return minus the mean. Yan, may pangalan na, no? R mean, and then square natin. Yan. Okay, so that will take care of the partially of the numerator. Isa-sum up natin and then divide natin ng 1. Okay? I-format ko lang to, guys. Gawin ko number. Siguro gawin natin 5 decimal places. Okay. Yan, no? And then we can just copy this down. Okay, so ito na guys yung deviation niya from the mean. Okay, so to compute for the risk, to compute for the variance, anong gagawin natin? Di ba? Isa-sum up natin siya. Sum natin yung square deviations. So that takes care of the summation of R minus R mean squared. And then we divide it by n minus 1. Yung n dito guys, syempre yung size ng ano natin, ng data natin, which is this or this one or this one. Pare-pareho na yung size ng n yan. Now notice guys yung prices natin, that's 209 all in all, no? Kasi from 2 nagsimula. Pero yung returns natin, 208 na lang, no? Kasi mababawasan yung, pag kinocompute natin yung returns, mababawasan. Kasi period 2 eh, no? Alright. So, and then, minus 1 dapat. So, pwede natin gamitin si count function. And then, ang i-highlight ko na lang yung hanggang 209 na lang. Kasi minus 1, no? Of course, I could have highlighted everything and then minus 1. Pwede rin yan. If you want that, ganito gagawin nyo, no? So, that's 210. Kasi mag-ano pa tayo dito, magpaparenthesis pa tayo dito. And then minus 1. But this is the complete, that's the complete function. Okay? So that's 0.0172. Copy natin yung format. Okay, 0.1725. Okay, of course, guys, the standard deviation is simply the square root of this. Copy natin yung format. Okay. So standard deviation 4.1532. So, ang gagawin natin sa Wednesday, i-compare natin to guys with the other stocks. Tapos madidetermine natin kung sino yung mas risky na stock by virtue of having a higher standard deviation. Of course, guys, this could have been easily computed using may variance kasi sa sa Excel. So that's variance, that's that sample. Okay? So ang kinukuha natin yung variance ng mga log returns natin. Diba? Yan. Okay, so pareho lang. No? Using using the function. So it's the same. There, pareho lang siya. No? Oops. Okay. Tapos dito naman, pwede natin ginamit yung stdev.s. Standard deviation ng log returns natin. Oops. There. Should be the same. Yan. Okay. All right. So let's just have a quick review. What we did today was to download Apple prices. Tapos we tried to plot. Ginamitan natin yung candlestick. And then we computed for the returns. Sabi natin dalawang klaseng returns, simple at saka yung log returns. Usually sa finance, ang ginagamit guys yung log returns. So yung simple average returns natin 0.7849, mas maliit yung average log returns natin 0.6966. Now, I would that you do a little research. Bakit kaya mas gusto sa finance ng log returns kaysa dun sa simple returns? May reason yun. No? So maybe we can just mention that again this coming Wednesday. Okay, so this one, okay. So just a reminder guys, on Wednesday, kindly put side by side Side by side dito sa Apple, tatanggalin nyo to, no? So we will try to recompute this. Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla, and GPC. Side by side, guys, yung mga prices, okay? Thursday pala, not Wednesday. If possible, guys, yeah, pero yung data, 1/1/2018 hanggang 12/31/2021. Okay, so that ends our discussion for today. Thank you so much, guys, for your patience. And let me first stop recording.